Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Commander Cody from the Clone Wars line. Now, this guy is absolutely awesome, but before we take a closer look at him, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. So here it is. As you can see, this particular version is the one I believe is the first release with the standard Clone Trooper head card. And then whenever you flip it over onto the back, you can see an image of the figure itself here, and then an image of his back from the Clone Wars. I don't know why Hasbro decided to use this picture. It's pretty much the worst one they could have possibly used. And then down here on the bottom, it shows off all of the other figures that were available around this same time. And then up here, of course, they do have a brief description of the character. And if you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So overall, pretty standard stuff. So let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself here. Now, Cody stands at, let's see, about 4 inches tall. So he's right in scale with all of your other 3 3/4 inch figures, and he comes with a ton of accessories like a lot of these early Clone Wars figures do. The first one is already on the figure, and that is his removable helmet. It's made of a nice soft plastic, so it's easy to fit on the figure's head. The only problem that I have with this figure, in fact, is this helmet though. It's just not the most accurate sculpt. And I think that's just so that they could actually get it to fit over the figure's head. But it doesn't look that great in my opinion. I wish they had done one that was a little bit more screen accurate. His next accessory is this blaster rifle here. Of course, we've seen it a million times in the Clone Wars line. Then up next, we've got the longer blaster rifle. And because this is an earlier figure, it does have the shorter handle here, which I don't like as much. And then it does also have this removable little rocket launcher piece that clips onto the bottom. And it's one of those ones that you kind of, let me make sure I flick it to the right side. You flick it up and it shoots out a little missile. And then it does also come with a kind of like grappling missile that fits in there. And this has a little bit of string on it. And then down at the bottom, it's got this little clip which you can clip on to this little launcher so that it will kind of shoot it out and then kind of carry the string behind it. So definitely a lot of stuff that was intended for children, but it does still come with some fairly decent accessories for adult collectors as well. Now, as far as articulation on this figure goes, it's really well done, like a lot of the clone troopers from the earlier line were. So he's got a ball peg in his head, ball hinge shoulders. And on this side, of course, it is a little limited because of the antenna, but on this side, you can get a ton of range of motion out of it. He's got hinged elbows with a swivel, then hinged wrists with a swivel. And on this hand, you can see it runs horizontally through the hand like this. And on this hand, it runs vertically through. Then he's got a swivel here in the torso and then a hinge that lets him lean forward and back. Swivel hips with a pretty good range of motion overall. And then he's got hinged knees with a swivel and then hinged ankles with a swivel. So overall, he's got a ton of accessories, for kids and adults. He's got a ton of articulation. Really, the only problem I have with this figure is the helmet, which is removable, so I suppose I could remove it off the figure to display. But overall, I definitely recommend picking this up. If you're a fan of the Clone Wars, you have to have at least one Commander Cody in your collection. I think that this is a pretty decent one to pick up. So if you have any comments or questions, hit me up on my social media. The link for that will be down in the description below, and I guess I'll see you later.